I have been linked this video like 100 times in the past like 3 days. I've seen other content creators reacting to this. I got no idea what the it is, but let's hear it, man. My authentic Tectone experience. Let's hear it.
Easily one of the most divisive content creators within the gotcha community. Depending on who you ask, he's either the best thing since sliced bread or evil incarnate. Occasionally, you might come across somebody with a middle-of-the-road take, but often that appears to be in the minority. Covering other
Dude, you know what's really annoying? Here's the big issue with drama around very nuanced, critical topics. Here's a great example. The Atsu and Tectone drama that Mugen covered, which has over 700,000 views as of time of recording. The problem is because the issue is so nuanced, people can't be to figure out who was in the right and who was in the wrong. And so these people who are, you know, pretty low intelligence or at least low attention span, which there's nothing wrong with that, just say, oh, they're both in the wrong because I don't feel like thinking. I genuinely feel, for the majority of cases, there are some scenarios where people are in the wrong. For me, I don't do this 50-50 bullshit. I will figure out exactly how much fault each person needs to be blamed for, because otherwise, the moment anybody speaks out, they're all as bad as everybody else. That's the big issue with today's society, and the way that they go about forming their opinions is if it's too long or it's too hard, they give up and they say, fuck them, is what it is.
Content creators isn't something I typically do, but there is something about Tectone.
That's where I don't like fence sitters. Where they don't make a take, they just say, hey, you're both wrong. And it's like, okay, bro, a great critical thinking ability, man. Man, how hard was that? How hard was it? Oh, yeah, guys. They're both wrong. Shut the fuck up, bro. It's so annoying.
They got the old noggin jogging. I'm not really here to create a timeline of his controversies, to explain why you should hate or like him, nor am I here to try and change anybody's mind. Instead, my intent here is to talk about my perspective on the man and lead into a broader point, relating to a crisis we're currently in the midst of.
Okay.
I know making a video like this will garner some unwanted attention, and some long-term viewers and friends will vehemently disagree with my take.
Okay.
And that is fine. In fact, I encourage it. I completely respect all the opinions that are presented with civility, and I implore you to get into the comment section and state your point of view. Hopefully backed with some receipts, because I want nothing more than that. But This is the internet, where there is division and a platform to express yourself.
That's also the problem, and this is kind of going on with the whole Dr. Disrespect case. One guy came out with no proof whatsoever and said, hey, Dr. Disrespect is, he's talking to kids. Now, once again, there's nothing wrong with saying that. However, expecting people to believe you without proof of what you're saying is very dangerous, because if people gain the ability to say whatever it is they want to say and they don't have to back whatever it is that they're saying, that's when it becomes an issue, right? That's when it becomes an issue, is that when people can say whatever the fuck they want to say and everybody won't believe them. It's a very dangerous thing to have happen, and nobody wants that. Okay, because guys, I'm going to say this shit right now. This is a pretty extreme example. If I were to say, hey, let's find one random chatter. E. Bridget, you're a pedophile. Disprove it. If I don't have any proof, and I say you're a pedophile, and now all of the proof is burdened on the accused, that's when it becomes an issue, right? Because being able to prove that you aren't is very difficult. So what are you going to do? Do a I spent 1 week in middle school and didn't fuck any kids challenge? No, probably not, right? Mr. Beast hasn't sponsored that fucking video yet, right? That's why the burden of proof is on the accuser. Right? And then it's up for people to make up their own mind on how they're going to feel on a certain topic. Hopefully that makes sense.
There is always squabbling, so make yourself at home and fight amongst yourselves. Just don't start punching until I ring the bell. Now, with all that housekeeping out of the way, let's get back to the subject at hand. When I first started making Genshin content, I missed the initial wave, while many others quickly...
Wouldn't be surprised if it's true, though. Once again, if it's true, and the guy was calling it out, great. But I do think it is very important that, I mean, those logs, you know, those call logs are a pretty obvious callback, right? So just show the logs. He's former Twitch staff, said it was in Twitch DMs, pull up the Twitch logs and then just post them. And then there it is, right? And then it's over. It makes it a lot easier. Anyways, let's continue.
Rose to prominence as they surfed upon the inward tide. Amongst them was a content creator by the name of Tectone, the Gotcha Devil, or maybe the Gotcha Boogeyman, depending on how you look at it. To many, he seemingly came out and...
It's more like the Boogeyman. Speak my name and I'll appear.
nowhere, but he had in fact been covering gacha games for a couple of years prior. Some may say his success is entirely down to the Genshin buff, but I've done this for long enough to know that starting out is hard. Obviously he worked his ass off prior, which gave him a force multiplier when Genshin finally came around and gave him his big break. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it wasn't there. Back then I would occasionally catch his content, drawn in by his quote unquote clickbait thumbnails and titles. And quite frankly, I didn't like the guy. Loud, obnoxious, egotistical,
Transphobic, homophobic, racist, sexist, misogynist,
and worse.
Guys, all of the allegations are true. Okay? Everything you've ever heard about me is 100% true. All of it's true, guys. Every single one of them.
Of all, he came across as a fake ass bitch.
Where's the proof? Where's the evidence?
But that didn't stop me from being interested in his takes. Every now and again, during a major game-related controversy, such as the Zhongli fiasco, I'd have a listen to what Tectone had to say.
Here's what somebody should have had to say about me. Shave your damn head, you look goofy as fuck.
More often than not, I disagree with his opinions, but that didn't make them any less interesting to me. At the time, I would occasionally watch a couple of content creators known as Jinx and Tuna, who had known prior for their Monster Hunter content.
Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh.
Oh boy, did Tectone get into a scuffle with those guys.
I really do appreciate that you took the time to want to talk instead of
course.
just talk shit. It means a lot, so thank you
Hey.
very much.
I got you, baby.
In the end,
Nobody ever wants to see that clip. Nobody ever wants to talk about that where they literally thanked me for talking. Jesus. Good God.
they quit content creation, but funnily enough, not because of Tectone, but because of another content creator. But I dare say it's likely Tectone contributed to their final decision in some way, but I digress. I continue to occasionally check in on him and see what he had to say. One of the most interesting takes to memory is how he would rationalise his spending habits. He stated that by wailing on the game he was making an example of himself, as a sort of warning for other players.
I agree.
He believed if he exposed his audience to his ridiculous spending habits, he'd act as a scarecrow and prevent others from getting suckered into spending on predatory systems.
And just look what happened in China. I showed how bad the weapon banner is, and look what they did. They fixed it. It is what it is. It is what it. Hey, man, there's the proof right there. There's the evidence.
Because it would appear that stupid.
If someone sees that it took me $700 to get it clean, they're not going to think, oh, $600 or $700? I'll go drop that right now. I think what they'll think is, why the fuck is this dumbass spending this much money on fucking 2D anime girl?
Although I could see the logic, I personally believe that most people who would pick up on the absurdity of it already thought spending high sums of money was stupid anyway, whereas others who desire to engage with the gacha system would watch Tectone spending and start to feel the itch.
You have to be fucking kidding me!
However, despite disagreeing with his method, I did agree with his intent, though I couldn't tell if it was pure intentions or a simple justification for him to wail and in turn bolster his channel, while forgoing the ethics of it all.
It was my intention, but I think I quickly saw the error of my ways, and that's why, in case you haven't noticed, the length of my summoning videos has become a lot shorter than they used to be, because I think the longer you spend in the summon screen, whether that's on your account, whether that's on someone else's account, I think the worse it is that will cause ripple effects for people to spend. So that's kind of what's been going on. But that's what made sense in my head, and I think people understood my logic for why I thought that, but I'm not sure if it's sound in today's day and age, but that's up for you to decide. For me, I do kind of get it, but yeah, these days I try to avoid the wish system as much as I possibly can.
It wasn't until a video titled The State of Genshin Impact that my opinion of Tectone began to change. In this video, he'd taken a trip to a forest to speak his mind about Genshin. At first, his loud persona was on full display, but as the video went on, he relaxed a little, and I started to see the man behind the mask. Many of the feelings he expressed about Genshin Impact mirrored my own at the time, that I began to formulate way before the release of Inazuma. It's also important to note that around the time I stopped making lore content, I had some positive interactions with another content creator who goes by the name of Ashikai. I could see huge potential in her
Ashikai is great. Very good videos.
content. Although we're not really close and haven't spoken for a while, I did consider her closer to a friend than an acquaintance and wanted to see her succeed. Soon after, to her own merit, Ashikai exploded on YouTube, but part of that was due to Tectone shining a light on her content. While
Is what it is.
many content creators would get big and pull the ladder up behind them, Tectone didn't seem that way inclined, and through throwing her a bone, I gained a little respect for him. As I became less interested in Genshin, Tectone stopped showing up in my feed. The only time I'd hear about him was through Asmongold here and there. Occasionally I might see a comment on my own videos talking about how much of an asshole he is, or how he's stirred up some of the old drama again. This
Oh, bro, I've been called an asshole so much. I'm just like, alright. If that's what you want to call me, fine. Call me an asshole. Call me T-Dog. Fuck, who cares, bro? Just say my goddamn name and I'll appear.
appears to be a sticking point for many when it comes to their dislike towards him. They'll claim they hate drama, but seemingly flip-flop the moment the drama implicates him negatively.
True.
Getting on a high horse saying, I hate drama, thus I hate Tectone because he creates it, always seemed a little off to me. I'm with you when it comes to not really being one for drama, but I don't say this as some weird virtue signal. I'd argue that by simply existing as a human being, we all like drama to some extent.
I agree.
So it'd be stupid for me to try and claim it's a blight on this world, because we're all social creatures at the end of the day. After a long absence, Tectone appeared back on my radar during the controversy between Brax and Atsu. During this time, another situation had come to a head between him and Enviosity
Jesus
that had been
Christ.
ongoing for some time, apparently. I would empathise with Envy if it wasn't for his shameless attempts at character assassination. You don't get to take clips related to personal matters, strip away their context, and present them in a way to stick the knife in, because somebody called you names on the internet.
Enviosity, I'm so sorry that I called you a mint picker.
By doing this, you
Enviosity really did try to bury my career, and the only thing he did was bury his own analytics. Like, let's just keep it a buck, man. Like, bro destroyed his own career. This put the events which encouraged me to speak my truth ends this off saying I gave him PTSD, says I'm free like some abuser because I called him a mint picker and I wanted to be a better streamer. Man, oh man. What are you gonna do? Spank me? God, this shit was fucking pathetic. And the fact that I know Atsu told him to do it too is fucking insane. Absolutely fucking insane. Oh, I also got confirmation from another content creator that Enviosity has no fucking friends. So, yeah, in case you're ever wondering why he never does collabs with anybody, it's because nobody fucking likes his ass. So, yeah, it's great. Yep. Proof? Okay, here's proof. Go to his stream and see him do a collab with anybody in the past 3 months. Yeah, let me know, man. Send me the link of that happening. Anyways.
only confirm the bias for those who already dislike your target, while every other neutral party will look at you with side eyes.
I should be the only motherfucker getting praise in the Genshin community because I don't spend money on Genshin Impact. I don't spend money. I am free to play for 3+ years.
I don't know. There's been a lot of ideas that's been going around in my mind on what I should do for the giveaway, and then I thought, why not? Just make it simple and just do a viewer summon giveaway.
I don't spend money.
I understand that Tectone
Yeah, I don't spend money, guys. I just only spend money on other people's accounts. Yeah, so that's why I should be praised. Because it's not directly going on my account. Yeah, man, it's fine. Jesus, what a clown.
may well have made streaming hell for Envy, and I'm not going to pretend that's okay, but two wrongs never make a right, and a line was definitely crossed here. All it really did for me was further humanise Tectone. Over the preceding months, more Tectone controversies occurred, and every now and again, I tune in and listen to his rationale. Something you need to understand about me that may seem alien to a few of you is, I put significantly less stock in what somebody says, thinks and does compared to why. Because the why always tells you more about the person than the what. I like to listen to people I deeply disagree with on the surface.
I agree. You know, you go up to somebody and say, oh, well, this guy punched this guy in the face. You'll say, oh, that's not good. Why'd that guy do it? Well, I'm not going to say. Okay, well, it's kind of important considering the guy, it was a sanctioned fight in the UFC, where it's totally fucking fine. If you take every action at face value and you don't understand why the action was committed, then you're going to have a much different perspective if you know why the action was committed and the action that was committed, right? That's why the why is much more important than the what.
Because every now and again I will discover something I wasn't aware of before. This doesn't necessarily always result in me changing my mind, because in many cases it will act as a means to bolster my own stance. Simply put, understanding the opposition will in turn help you better understand yourself. I continue to come back to Tectone because I find him fascinating, and over time I believe he has only become truer to himself. If you listen to him, he will tell you exactly why he does what he does. I believe outside of exaggerating his pre-existing personality traits, there is no persona. What you see is what you get. And though I don't
When I go live, it's essentially me increasing all of my normal characteristics up to 12 and also being way more of a dick than I am in real life. However, there is another content creator called Cinna who helped me a lot. She doesn't know that she helped me a lot, but we did a collab stream the other day and it was for a sponsor. We were playing this game called Scorn together, and I think Cinna showed me that there's a way where I can collab with people, not make fun of them, not be a dick to them, and still have fun. Because before, that's kind of the only way I knew how to interact with people. Because obviously I told you guys that I used to be introverted and then I became extroverted because I wanted to. But since collabing with Cinna for Scorn, I think I've been able to kind of show my more caring side on stream, which has helped a lot because what's very important to me is for everyone to know that I'm actually a very good friend. And even more so, despite what the internet might not tell you, I'm a very good partner as well in relationships. I am very, very, very good at that. And I always treat my partner with the utmost respect and the most utmost care. Regardless of what any clip might make you think, that is my number one priority, is being the best friend and the best partner possible. And if you don't understand any action that I've ever said, any way I've ever acted, I assure you, if you look into the why I've ever acted that way, it'll make a lot more sense. If you ever look at context for any of my pre-existing friendships or otherwise, I like to think everything I do makes sense once you actually understand why I did it. But the problem is because I'm so forward, because I'm so straight, because I'm so blunt, a lot of things can come off a lot crueler than I think they are. However, I do think my over-reliance on banter and shit talking obviously boils down to my extended period of time on League of Legends. Plus, I think it's pretty funny. But I am finding the ability to have fun without being too much of a jackass the longer I get to experience content and collaboration with people who I genuinely respect and understand how to also exist in the same space while having a good time. But it's a learning process. Obviously, I'm 30 and I'm still learning every day. But I do think my persona and who I am, and I'm not going to deny having a persona. I'm not going to deny it. You can probably tell if you've ever seen any of my old videos. I think I'm becoming much more close to being who I am than I ever have before. Because this morning, I'll be real, I was pissed the fuck off. I was pissed off. I didn't hide that shit for a goddamn second. Now, old me would have laughed it off. I don't do that shit anymore. If I'm pissed off, I'm gonna just tell you I'm pissed off. Okay, I banned like 30 motherfuckers this morning. Straight up. Okay, because hey, unfortunately now what you see is what you're gonna get. Okay, and if I'm pissed off, you're gonna know it. And that's pretty much just it. Right? That's pretty much just it. Okay, so say skill issue one more time, I'll knock you the fuck out.
I don't always agree with the manner in which he conducts himself online. I do commend his ability to be true to himself. For example, during the Robin controversy, he made tweets to anger a certain subset of the fandom. He explicitly stated his motivations behind what he said was to help draw attention away from another content creator, who goes by the name of Tawanto, who was receiving unwarranted hate for a pretty innocuous tweet.
So the other day, Tawano goes out and makes a perfectly normal tweet. And this tweet was, guys, do I have any chance with her? Be real. Please lie to me. In any video game that I play, I generally play the warrior or a tank, but I like being on the front line. I know Tawano's a pretty sensitive guy, and he was probably a little bit uncomfortable with the amount of negative attention he was getting for merely saying, hey guys, I like this character. What do you think? So I went ahead and cast AoE taunt, and I put out 2 tweets. Can't wait for the R34 of Robin attempting to buff allies with her singing, but she can't because she's too busy sucking dick.
He referred to it as an AoE taunt that quite frankly was so effective at boosting his threat level that Tawanto ceased to exist from the perspective of the Pitchfork mob. He also went on to explain
Tell me how I'm wrong. God, I have such a savior complex. It's so bad. Bro, I don't even think Tawano likes my ass. Right? But I'll still just do it, man. Because I don't know, man. Something about when I see like a sad, pathetic human being that handles hate so poorly, I'm just like, oh, God. All right, guys, just throw it at me because I don't give a fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is wrong with me? I really just, ugh. Fuck me. Fuck me. You know who came in clutch the other day, though? Box 2. Box 2's been coming in clutch as fuck. Bro doubled the same thing with Hex Juice. Bro doubled, tripled down on me being a good dude. I appreciate the fuck out of those two. They're great people. Amongst many others, but those two have just, they go above and beyond for me, and I respect those two so much.
And then he does what he does to expose these people for who they are.
Who's Hex Juice? She's the fat girl VTuber. Batgirl VTuber. Batgirl VTuber. Batgirl.
Bullies on the internet. Now I know many will say it is ironic coming from him, considering he's perceived as a bully himself.
You've not stopped streaming, Tectone? Making all that money? From the younger demographic in your Twitch channels? The ones that you bully? The ones that you always call names?
But I hope you're
I did that to him. A 42-year-old man. Oh, dude.
aware every human being on this damn planet is a hypocrite. People do make mistakes, and people can be misguided. This is why intent matters. Consider Hanlon's razor. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained through stupidity. Maybe you're aware of an old Japanese tale about the red and blue Oni. If you played Arataki Ito's story quest, you definitely have been exposed to it. This is a story about how the red Oni wants to make friends with the villagers, but they dislike him due to his appearance. His friend, the blue Oni, devises a plan where he will go into the village and scare them, allowing the red Oni to step in and save the day. As a result, the red Oni becomes friends with the villagers, as the blue Oni is forced to live in exile alone, tarnished as the villain. If you have two brain cells to rub together, you will understand the moral of the story and how it relates to the Toronto situation. Tectone has no problem making himself public enemy number one to draw attention away from others or to draw attention to an issue within the community. This is actually consistent behaviour. As I stated earlier, his rationale for why he wails also aligns with this, making himself the court jester in an attempt to make the lives of others better.
What else could he be but a jester? A jester? A jester? A funny idea, a jester.
He consistently talks about smaller creators, wanting to prop them up, and I've seen him do this for people who truly deserve it. Over time, as I've came to understand who he is and why he acts the way he does, I found myself shifting towards the belief that he is a man of good character. Essentially the blue Oni of the gotcha scene, brutish and brash, but deep down he cares about the well-being of those who matter to him.
I'm fucking awesome. You know who's still gonna be here? This fucking guy!
And also a massive big head, who's bald.
I were to cry when somebody would call me bald.
Now you may be under the
The context of that clip makes it even funnier. It does. The context of that clip makes it even fucking funnier. Jesus.
suspicion my motivation behind this video was to bait Tectone into reacting to it, so I
Good
could
job.
get a little bit of clout. I'm not gonna lie
Hey,
to
good
you,
shit.
even if there is a 0.01% chance that will come to fruition, I'm gonna take those odds. But this channel is incredibly small, garnering very low view counts.
Hey,
The
you killed it,
chances
man.
anybody will see it is incredibly low anyway.
You motherfuckers who have 50 followers on Twitter and you douchebags who get 10 views on your YouTube videos, no, I'm not going to help you. That's not what I mean by smaller creators. I'm going to say something that you need to understand. You have not earned shit yet.
So to presume that is my only motive.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong, though? Am I wrong? Hell no. You think you a big deal because you got affiliate for having 3 viewers? Congrats, bro. You have 2 computers and a phone. Hey, it is what it is.
motivation is actually quite ignorant. Making a video about such a divisive figure while attempting to paint him in a positive light could just as easily backfire and bring me some unwanted attention.
Oh, Tectone's bad and everybody who watches Tectone is evil.
No, I actually decided to make this video because I came across a small creator who has been struggling for several years like myself. In that video he spoke about Tectone and how some of the things he had said really inspired him to push forward with YouTube.
Fuck yeah.
In my response to his video, I quoted Robert Myers Burnett, a filmmaker and pundit who in recent years has become a YouTube creator himself. He said,
"Authenticity is the currency of the 21st century," and I believe that.
As we enter the age of AI, where it becomes hard to discern fact from fiction, people will begin to actively seek out authenticity. At least, I hope this to be the case, because a world where fabrication is king is not a world I wish to live in.
Oh, the pod shot. Oh, fuck, it's a rat. Oh, shit. How the fuck did I get in there? Oh, somebody get him. Somebody get him. Oh, goddamn.
We have already seen a strong pushback against this type of thing in the art community, with many rejecting AI, although sometimes I feel this pushback is more self-serving than propping up authenticity.
Hey, who's gonna tell this guy I actively jerk off to AI porn like every day? I'll just be real, bro. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him?
I do believe it is a sign of things to come. Another example is how many trailers for movies, TV shows and video games are getting bombarded with dislikes from general audiences.
Bro, that's almost as many dislikes as on my Firefly trailer react.
This is often in response to their creators forcibly attempting to pervert away from the original vision and true intent, thus eroding their authenticity. As much as you hate Tectone, the one thing you cannot deny is his success. His authenticity resonates with his base, and it does for many aspiring content creators. Asmongold is another perfect example of an incredibly successful creator who is true to himself. He will have
I agree. I think Asmongold's the fucking man. Great fucking dude. Like, dude's the fucking man. Love that guy. He is the man. Great fucking co-host. Also taught me a lot of things. Without Asmongold, there's no Tectone, because, you know, he's one of the reasons why I started content creating as well. I think the guy's the fucking man. And yeah, I don't give a fuck. I will support that dude unless he does some crazy ass shit. But the thing is, there's everything that Asmongold does at least makes sense. I understand his rationale. And I think that was very important. That was very important to me. Like, during the whole Atsu drama, where he was saying, where's your proof? Where's the evidence? And if he didn't believe it, if I didn't have it, then he wouldn't believe even me. And I think that mentality has helped me a lot, because I just realized, oh wait, if I just stop talking like a fucking angry idiot and I just present my logic and I give my evidence, then I can never lose again. And since the Atsu drama, I have never lost anything ever again. Because now, when I let other people know that you need to show your proof and your basis, they can't do that. And I haven't lost an argument since, to be honest. It's been great. Because there's been a whole lot less bullshit now that people can't realize they can't weaponize their emotions. And they can't say, I'm hurt, which means you did something wrong. Well, unfortunately, bitch, it may have been my chair, but you're the one who walked into it. It's not my fucking fault you stubbed your toe, so why the fuck you yelling at me, you dumb fuck? You know, I mean, these people just need to shut the fuck up, yeah.
happily live like a slob as if he doesn't have a dime to his name, despite sitting
Besides Pink. Pink got my ass the other day, I ain't gonna lie.
on a pile of money.
This is gonna sound kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna clean up my house. It's gotten so bad that, like, I feel like it might be debuffing me. I remember Tectone, like, couldn't breathe after he was in my house. Emmy said she was getting, like, fucking, like, acne and shit. I remember Kaisi kept saying she had, like, rashes. Bro, it's the scarlet rot.
Money and fame hasn't changed him. He remains an asshole and doesn't care about upsetting people to express how he feels about a given topic.
So this actually isn't true. Asmon does care if he upsets someone for a real reason. But he doesn't give a fuck if you upset yourself off of something he said with no ill intent behind it. Right? But like, if he makes you upset, if he fucks up, he's gonna say sorry. But if he pisses you off because what he said was right and you just didn't like the way he said it, well then obviously he's not gonna fucking apologize. Because that's your fucking fault for being an idiot.
He's his true authentic self, and it obviously works. Tectone has gone on record saying the Genshin community has a toxic positivity problem, but I'd argue we're in the midst of an authenticity crisis, which is occurring all over the internet and in real life. Many game the system in an attempt to gain clout, and such people are probably best described as counterfeit creators. A lot of content I consume comes from individuals who I respect for their honesty. Often I may find I don't agree with their point of view or the way they sometimes conduct themselves, but at least I know they're being true to who they are.
Freedom! A Twi'lek! A fucking Twi'lek! Fuck Star Wars! I fucking... God, it's stupid shit. Oh, dude. I threw Andrew Garfield's head at it and it broke.
As a result, such creators have countless Reddit posts and articles written about them, painting them as vile, disgusting people. Thus is the nature of the internet.
It's so weird how people can just twist stuff, completely try to brand you as something that you're not. It's not really disheartening, it's just weird. I don't really get it, man.
But the way I see it, there are two paths you can travel down. You could take the path of least
I've walked in that forest before. What the fuck? I know exactly where that is. That's Walnut Creek. I knew that forest. I've been there before.
resistance and fake it. Create a persona to cater to a specific audience that wants you to say what they want to hear, all the while pandering to a corporation or publisher in the attempt to open yourself up to get backhand deals and big time sponsorships. But the moment you attempt to go against the grain, the very audience you have cultivated will quickly turn on you. Or you can take the path of authenticity, where you accumulate an audience that likes you for who you are. You may become blacklisted and have countless hate threads and articles written about you because you are too critical, but that audience will stick with you and have your back when you need them the most.
Is that true, guys? You think so? I mean, we're still here. That's a good point. I don't know, man. That Firefly video was pretty bad. Was it really that bad?
Tectone appears to have taken the latter, and for that I respect him. I know this probably isn't enough to rally people to his side, but that was never my intent to begin with. I simply find it all incredibly fascinating, and I look forward to seeing a potential war zone in the comments. Oh, I almost forgot. You're free to fight amongst yourselves. To anybody who feels like avoiding a fight, maybe you should check out my usual content, which is just me goofing off and having fun in Withering Waves. And well, if you don't want to do that, would you kindly bugger off?
People who have higher IQ outweigh the dumb now. God damn, 30,000 views? What the fuck? Yo, boys, go like and subscribe to this dude. Yo, let's get to 1,000 subs right now. This guy will have 1,000 subs easily in the next 5 fucking minutes. 1,000,000%. And then we're gonna post a video, we're gonna get him to 2,000 fucking subs. Very easy. Very well made video. Yeah, I still don't know about that Tectone guy. I heard he was racist off Twitter. So I probably still won't watch him. But it was definitely a great fucking video. Also an insane thumbnail. Insane thumbnail, bro. I can't believe that video got 30,000 views without me reacting to it. What the fuck? That's insane, bro. I don't know if that voice is AI or not, but I believe that guy because he's British. Anyways, guys, join me in unfollowing Tectone because I saw a Twitter thread that he eats people. Yo, great video, man. I appreciate you, dog. Hopefully no hate comes your way because I know speaking positively brings a lot of shit towards a lot of people, but just know that I appreciate the fucking... Oh, look at the comments. Oh, Jesus Christ. Plazookas. Hi. How's it going? Going good. Enjoyed the video. The blue and red announce is really nice way to put Tectone. You know, he's a selfless person. He's willing to give up certain things for other friends. He never mentioned them. Also, very well done video. Why do I have such an issue reading nice things about myself? I read a couple of these comments like 2 days ago before I reacted to the video when I got linked to it earlier, but I have a very hard time seeing nice things about me. I don't know why that is. Your narration style could explode your channel. If you ever thought that before, well put together video. Sitting on a gold mine. W. Fake at first was one of those here's Tectone bad and goes lit, but with the Zyx duality man drama, with the recent Asu drama, I watched his videos, his deep dive, and realized he's been mostly in the right. He's an asshole, but kind of an honest asshole. Also, W video. Yeah, I don't know why seeing nice things about me makes me so uncomfortable. It's very hard for me to read these. Not Platoons, or whatever his name is. Platoons. Yeah, I can't handle it emotionally to read nice things about me, so I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. And I don't know why that is, but it's just a weakness of mine. Can't do that. Yo, great fucking video though, man. That shit almost made me cry. That Blue Oni shit was wild. I'm usually not, I'm used to the shit that I do going very unnoticed and unacknowledged, and it's kind of been that way for 5 years, but yeah, I appreciate the kindness. I do. However, it does, make me a little bit, I don't know. I can't handle it. I don't know why. It's just I can't do it for some reason. Gonna cry? No, I'm not gonna cry. But that's something that I struggle with. It's been a very difficult thing for me to overcome. Because I'm very good at being kind to people, but when it's reciprocated, it just makes me feel weird. And then usually I lash out and I say, fuck you, Baldy, you're ugly. Let me just, hey, good video. Great fucking video, man. I appreciate you, bro. Anyways.